So, very good morning, students. In today's class, we will start with a fresh topic, the review of speed torque characteristics of a separately excited DC motor. So, this topic belongs to electric drive subject in the sixth semester of electrical engineering streams according to AICT syllabus. So, before discussing this topic, we have to have a basic knowledge of DC motor and its equations. So, if we want to draw speed torque characteristics, we have first discussed with the equivalent circuit of separate excited DC motor, and by writing equations of this equivalent circuit, we will draw a speed torque characteristics, and we will see further what is the changes in this speed torque characteristic with corresponds to armature voltage, armature currents, etc. So let us start with the topic. So the equivalent circuit of a separately excited DC motor is shown in which it is excited by a field current IF. So in the separately excited motor, we have there is a separate winding which we have excited using a voltage source and rheostat, and it will flows the current of IF in the field winding, and an armature current of IA flows in the armature circuit, and the motor develops a back electromotive force, that is back EMF and torque to balance the load torque. So when this armature current flows, and it develops a electromagnetic force, and as well as known as a back EMF and the torque to balance the load torque. Load is connected at the shaft of a DC motor. So at a particular speed, it will balance the torque as well as back EMF. The field current IF of a separately excited DC motor is independent of the armature current. So as it is a separately excited DC motor, so a field current doesn't depend on the armature current, and any change in the armature current has no effect on the field current. So no change when the field current changes, armature current doesn't change. So this separate excited DC motor, as shown in the figure, it is the equivalent circuit in which we will excite the DC motor using separate arrangement. Field winding is a field winding. F subscript denotes the field winding, voltage VF, current IF, LF, RF are the resistances and reactance of the field winding. And similarly, in case of armature, subscript A is used, LA, RA are the armature resistance and inductance respectively, and this VA and VA. So two subscripts are there. The small one denotes the instantaneous values, and larger one denotes the steady state values. So this is the DC motor, and through this shaft we connected the load having inertia J, friction coefficient V, and load torque is opposite direction to the motor torque, because it balances the load torque and as well as motor torque. So to resultant speed will be through which our load is rotating. So omega m is the speed of the motor in the clockwise direction. So the equation describing the characteristics of a separate DC motor can be determined from the figure. So above figure, we will write the equations. The instantaneous field current IF is described as. So if we have to see the behavior of field current, what we will do, we will simply write a KVL equation in the field winding. So VF is equals to IF RF plus LF DIF divided by dt. So this is the first order linear differential equation. By solving this equation, we will easily describe the behavior of the field current and the armature winding. So this is the field current expressions, and for the armature current, we have right expression VA is equals to IARA plus LA DIA by dt plus EG. EG is basically a back EMF. So motor back EMF, which is also known as a speed voltage. Why it is called as a back EMF as a speed voltage? Because it depends on the speed. So EG equals to KV, which is the voltage constant, and omega IF, so speed and field current. So according to EG is equals to generated EMF, so EG equals to phi Zn upon 60 P by A. By this expression, we will easily know that a back EMF is directly proportional to speed as well as field current, and KV is the constant, voltage constant. The torque developed by the motor is given as Tm is equals to Kt, that's the torque constant, IF and IA. So both are there, IF and IA, because we know that T is proportional to phi IA, phi is proportional to IF in the case of separate side DC motor, and IA is the armature current. So both are there. So this is the expression for the torque developed by the motor. And now this is a fundamental torque equation of the DC motor describing the load. So Tm is equals to TL plus J d omega m divided by dt plus B omega m. So this is the fundamental of equation by which we can easily see the behavior of the motor load system. So omega m is the angular speed radian per second, B is the viscous friction coefficient, Kv is equals to voltage constant, and Kt is the torque constant. Or generally we will take Kv is equals to Kt is equals to K, both the constant to be equal. So these are the instantaneous values we can easily determine by the equations. And these are the load, torque, Ra the armature resistance, field resistance respectively, La is armature inductance, and Lf is a field inductance. Now we will know that under steady state conditions, the time derivatives dIa by dt and dIf by dt in the equations above. So in the steady state condition, this change in the current as well as in the armature current and field current is zero. So in the above equation, if we put the this derivative part to be zero, then we will easily see the behavior of the equation in the steady state conditions. So now see the above equation Bf. So if we put di by dt is equals to 0 and di by dt equals to 0, we will write the expressions for the in the steady state conditions. So in the steady state condition, Vf is equals to Ifrf, Eg is equals to K If into omega m. So we will use uppercase letters here in the steady state condition. And Va is equals to IaRa plus K If omega m, and this Tm is equals to K phi Ia and K phi means If, and it will be equal to B omega m and plus TL. So we will just make the this derivative part to be 0, d omega m by dt is equals to 0, and this di by dt equals to 0 and di by dt equals to 0 to obtain the expression in the steady state condition. So now we have these expressions, and now developed power we can easily develop the motor by the this developed power by the motor of then it is given as Pm is equals to omega mt. So P is equals to omega mt, m for the motor. Now we will calculate the value of Ia from the expression 3, which is written as V minus Ia Ra divided by K omega m. So from equation 3 we will calculate the value of omega m. So omega m we will calculate from the expression number 3, and we will put this value of omega m into expression number 4. So if we put in the expression number 4, we will have the expression like this. So omega m is equals to V divided by KIF minus Ra divided by KIF whole square into Tm. So in this expression we will easily see that this is a expression of straight line having a slope, negative slope. So this is the speed versus torque expression in which this expression having a negative slope, and this V by KIF is known as a interception on the y-axis. So if we put Tm is equals to 0, then corresponding speed n naught, which is the no load speed, or omega m naught, which is given as put it, Tm is equals to 0 in the above expression 6, then we will have the no load speed, because at no load no armature no torque will be developed because armature current will be 0. So n naught is equals to omega m naught V divided by KIF. This is called as a no load speed, which is interception on the y-axis. So now we will see the speed torque characteristics. So speed on the y-axis, torque on the x-axis. This is the no load speed on the y-axis, omega m naught, and this is just like a straight line having negative slope. So first characteristics, armature reaction neglected, and the second characteristics, armature reaction taken into consideration. So we already know the armature reaction effect occurs in the case of DC motors. So it will distort the armature flux. So we will have the armature reaction effect by which this x is not a constant one; it is just a negative slope line. So 1 and 2 are there. Which first one is the armature reaction neglected, and second one is the armature reaction taken into consideration. So we'll draw the speed torque characteristics, and we will see the now we will see the in the upcoming lecture we will see the how we can change the speed of a DC motor. So if we change this armature voltage, speed can be changed correspondingly. So in this way we will now finish the lecture on this point, and we will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.